competitors, our biggest threat really is the ever-changing landscape that we're in. So whether that's current hot topics, things like Brexit through to recycling, but more digitally speaking, things like cyber squatting, IP infringement, these are the real topics that we're dealing with day to day. When you have so many brands and so many corporate identities, the consolidation of your digital estate is absolutely paramount. So having partners you can trust is so important. Without consolidation, you're into territory like mismanagement, security issues, potential data breaches. So without having that in place, the results can be quite far-reaching.
Working with CSC has made us more comfortable in our way of doing our business. We thought that now we could really focus on our customers. We can focus on our customer experience, focus on what we do best. We don't even consider other partners in this line of business. If you want the ease of mind, CSC would be the partner you want to go with.
As a company, you're facing risks every day against your digital assets. And the Security Center of CSC is giving you a good insight in what are the risks and how can you mitigate those risks. CSC is listening to us and they also take our topics in consideration. And you see also in the development of the Security Center that what we addressed is also implemented. So it's an evolving product. CSC is one of the world leading companies regarding domain and brand protection. We as a bank, ABN AMRO Bank, wants to be the best bank of the Netherlands. So if we work together, we can accomplish that.
I would definitely recommend other companies to register their own .brand. I think it's very powerful to have home dot and your company name. I think we have acquired the most valuable real estate asset on the internet at the cost for a normal advertising campaign. I mean, you own actually a piece of the internet, and I think it's like going from renting a building to owning the building. You decide who you let in, and also the people who you let in, they know that it's actually safe to be there. Extremely complicated process, very time consuming, so you have to have a very dedicated team, you have to engage different stakeholders from the beginning, and you also need to have commitment from the highest level in your organization. Otherwise it's very difficult to move forward with the activation process.
One thing that we have in common with CSC is that we're both global companies, which means that their customer support is around the globe and each zone gets the help in their language and in their time zone. AB InBev has 600 websites where it's important to keep the DNS active so they never go down. For online threats, there are things like people registering our domain names before we get a chance to do that, or for example, counterfeit products or products using our trademarks on them. And it's really important for us to make sure that we get these threats in time and especially register domain names as soon as possible when we have a new product.
I cannot say enough how important it is for AZ to have an online presence. One of our core founding principles is we serve the patients first. And to be clear, this goes beyond simply creating products. On one end of the spectrum, this relates to providing access to products and the ongoing management of the up-to-date information about those products. But on the other end of the spectrum, we must focus on mitigating the risk and protecting those patients. That comes through activities such as handling phishing attempts, shutting down inappropriate branding, inappropriate sale of our products, inappropriate use of our IP, the takedown of counterfeit sites. We must do that at all costs because it helps to protect our patients. And with the advent of the coronavirus, extra vigilance is required to keep our IP and our patients safe and secure. It is too easy to fail in this business, and especially digital, if your voice is the only opinion in the room. I need to work with a vendor who has an opinion, turn them from a vendor into a partner, one that can help guide, one that can provide solutions along with myself and my team, one that can provide input. Tell me that this particular path may not be the way to go, and CSC definitely is a partner in that vein.
So like most companies, the main threat to any business is the release of data. Doesn't matter how it's released, it could be potential hacking through some other means. By using CSC, They really do help us to manage the full end-to-end of the acquisition. It just gives us that advantage that we can make things happen. They understand our business, they understand what we require and what we need, probably before we even actually being able to action it ourselves.
Working with CSC and Proofpoint took away large volume of generic fraud or fraudulent content mails, gave us the possibility to focus on more specific but low number frauds that occurred for the single user. For us it was very attractive to have like one stop buy, to have both those products from CSC and Proofpoint in one solution. We see other partners and companies working with perhaps one solution for the takedown and one for the mail monitoring. And it's so easy for us to be able to communicate with one vendor.